My name is Minho, and war reduces you to a number. I've pored over Korean War records, finding only cold statistics. 271,300 dead, 227,800 South Korean losses, 43,500 missing. Those rounded figures bury the uncounted, but 5 faces haunt me, lost in a ravine where their light died. I insist the count is 5 too low. I don't glorify my role or claim our fight was just. At 20, I fought for my country, proud yet broken, fleeing a father whose cruelty shaped me. He beat me before his friends, smear filth on my face, force me to watch his vile acts with my mother. I joined the Korean People's Army in 1950 to escape, not to be a hero. After 6 months of grueling training, I was assigned to the 29th Infantry Regiment, 3rd Platoon. Erased from history, perhaps for our first mission's horror. March 1951, near Wachin, our squad, Ghost Unit, 7 strong, faced a brutal spring. Sergeant Kim, a stern, enigmatic leader, commanded us. We feared and admired him, knowing nothing of his past. Our sniper, Jun-sik, was jovial off-duty, lethal in battle. The youngest, Sang-ho, 18, was coerced by his father to enlist. I took him under my wing, seeing my own scars in his eyes. Twins Hyun-woo and Hyun-jin, my age, were quiet but loyal. Lastly, Tae-hyun, Kim's son, was silent, never boasting of his father's shadow deeds. Our first day was chaos. Mortars and bullets tore through our 150-man battalion. As dusk bled crimson, Kim ordered us to retreat. Fall back, he barked. Confused, we grabbed our Type 99 rifles, hands raw. Jun-sik stayed, sniping. Move! I shouted, our English training for UN intercepts now reflex. As he turned, a bullet ripped through his chest. He crumpled, blood soaking the earth. Hyun-woo, Hyun-jin, and I rushed to him, taking froze. Kim stood, arms crossed, boot tapping the mud. We bandaged Jun-sik, his groans piercing. Then Kim handed Hyun-woo his Type 38. End him. I froze. Hyun-woo refused, trembling. Kim, furious, thrust the rifle at Hyun-jin. Do it. Hyun-jin's eyes went blank, like a puppet's. As ordered, he said, firing into Jun-sik's heart. Hyun-woo gasped, horrified. Kim nodded coldly. A broken soldier loses wars. We left Jun-sik unburied, trudging into a ravine, the sun a fading wound behind bare branches. Kim led us through sludge, claiming we'd block a UN flank. Rage choked me. At camp, he sent Tae-hyun and Hyun-woo for firewood, staying to oversee. Sang-ho and I cooked rations, seething. What was that? Sang-ho whispered, glaring at Hyun-jin, who peeled tins calmly. How could you kill him? I spat. Hyun-jin met my eyes, empty. Kim ordered it. Fury surged, my father's cruelty echoing. Sang-ho grabbed a rock, smashing Hyun-jin's skull before I could stop him. Blood sprayed, bones cracked. Sang-ho collapsed, sobbing. My father, he killed my cousin. I saw it. This war's making me him. I held him, my father's abuses flashing. His fists, his degradation. I can't fight this, Sang-ho choked, staring at his bloodied hands. I felt no remorse for Hyun-jin, only grim satisfaction. We rebuilt the fire pit in silence. Kim returned with Tae-hyun, no Hyun-woo. Seeing Hyun-jin's corpse, Kim handed me his rifle. Sang-ho's eyes pleaded. My father's shadow loomed in Kim's face. As ordered, I said shooting him. Blood exploded, flesh dripping. Guilt and relief collided. I dropped the rifle, collapsing. Tae-hyun spoke, voice unnatural. No tears, soldier. War demands death. His eyes were black voids, veins pulsing green, teeth jagged. Sang-ho grabbed the rifle. What are you? He hissed. Tae-hyun grinned. Killing frees our demons. Sang-ho aimed at his own head. As ordered, he whispered, firing. Tae-hyun, or whatever it was, vanished into the trees. I buried him beside Kim, watching a leaf curl in the dying fire. Dawn broke loose. I fled, leaving my gear, reaching South Korea days later, my English saving me. I fought one day, but Korea's scars linger. Those 5 aren't counted. Was Taehyun human? What drove us to kill our own? Vietnam, 1968. 4 men trekked through the jungle, armed with L1A1 rifles. We were New Zealanders, proud to serve, tasked with peace patrols in Phuoc Thai. Our 3rd Battalion, Royal New Zealand Regiment, avoided combat unless necessary, aiming to win villagers' trust. Our group included Private Tom Reynolds, 22, stocky with a thick Kiwi accent, Private Liam Carter, 19, lanky with a constant stubble, Corporal Jack Ellis, 21, calm and reserved, and Sergeant Nathan Holt, 25, fit and humble, a leader by example. We moved single file, Holt leading, the jungle creaking eerily. "Is this the last village before camp, Sarge?" Liam whispered, nervous. "I'm starving." Holt opened his mouth, but Tom cut in. "Why don't we just napalm the VC? Be home by now, eating." Holt shook his head. "Enough." The jungle thinned, foliage sparse. "Wasn't this thicker before?" Jack asked. Unease grew. We reached a village, finding a dozen bodies. Men, women, children, blistered, hairless, red. Agent Orange, Holt spat, contempt thick. Liam gagged, fighting nausea. "Will we end up like them?" Holt shook his head. "Not unless they spray again." Split up, Liam, Jack search for survivors. Tom with me. Liam and Jack found a shack, an ominous air within. Liam pushed the door, heart pounding, and saw a blistered woman, nude, giving birth alone. "Get Sarge," he told Jack, who bolted. Liam, 19, coached her. Push, push. The babies had emerged, skin normal. As Holt, Tom, and Jack entered, the rest slid out. A second head fused to the first and dead. Liam handed it to the mother, her eyes filled with hate. She tried to speak but died. Liam closed her eyes, tears falling, knowing she blamed them for the chemical horror. They stood in silence, rain falling like tears. Holt broke the quiet, turning to Tom. "This is why we don't bomb lightly." Tom nodded, wiping tears. As we hurried back to camp, a bullet tore through Holt's neck. 7 VC ambushed us, assuming we caused the village's ruin. "Nate!" Liam screamed. Jack shouted, "Run, or we're dead." Tom led, Liam and Jack trailing. A mine exploded under Jack's foot, shredding his leg. Shrapnel hit Liam's back. Tom doubled back, firing wildly, hitting 2 VC. They carried Jack, using his rifle as a crutch. Liam tied a cloth around Jack's stump, but gunfire resumed. Liam slung Jack over his shoulder, Tom covering. Camp appeared, but a bullet struck Liam's head. Darkness took him. I woke in a hospital, ear gone, discharged. Did Jack survive? I asked my therapist, Dr. Alan Reed, in 2013. I was 64, haunted. Reed nodded. He lived, but he's changed, drinks, lost himself. The Jack I knew died on that mine. I shook my head. And Tom? Reed sighed. Mia? Dragged off. No trace. Silence fell, broken by a clock's tick. Sleep better. Reed asked. For hours, maybe. Rifles echo when I close my eyes. Choppers are worse. I reach for a gun that's not there. Reed nodded. Common for veterans. Hate the Americans for Agent Orange. I shrugged. Was angry years. Just people, bad choices. The session ended. At my car, I froze. A message scratched into the door. We're not done. In 2004, David Park, planned a book on Great War stories. Tales of loss, brutality, horror. One stood out from Captain Henry Walsh, 110 when I met him. He invited me to his home, his eyes sad despite a warm smile, swirling whiskey in a canteen. My story, he said, voice heavy. Here's what he told me word for word. I spent most days in my trench, 1916, song. Orders came, we'd go over the top in a week. A new recruit, Edward Blake, 19, arrived, eager, trusting me. He talked constantly. I liked him but needed sleep. That night, I dreamed of my trench, lit only by a lunar eclipse. No stars, just darkness. A strange noise echoed. Another me stood there, identical, uniform and all. It asked, "Know what war looks of men?" Before I answered, spikes pierced its back, hands turning to claws, yet it felt no pain, wearing my face on a mangled body. I woke, sweating. Edward stood over me, worried. "Just a nightmare," I said. "Worse things to fear." A German shell hit, shaking the trench. I yelled for Edward to stay low. After the barrage, minimal losses, but Edward was rattled. He pointed to a sandbag, words scratched on it, "You'll see soon." We brushed it off as a prank, but unease lingered. Nights passed, the creature, eclipse, I called it, for the lunar glow, haunted my dreams, watching me. The night before the charge, I stood in white nothingness with eclipse. It said, "Tomorrow you'll learn war's truth. We're tied, you and I." I asked what it meant. It said, "Edward," and vanished. We went over the top, charging with Edward. Bullets and shells separated us from our unit, landing us in a forest. Claw marks scarred a tree. Eclipse stared at us. I turned to Edward. He was gone. His voice called deeper in. I searched, finding only Eclipse. It chased me and I ran, breathless. I aimed my rifle, closed my eyes, and fired. Silence. Opening my eyes, Eclipse was gone. Edward lay dying, my bullet in his lung. I tried to save him, but my reflection appeared, smearing his blood on its face. "My work is done," it sneered. I left Walsh's home, shaken. He added, "War shows you the monster inside. You'll learn too." At my car, scratched words chilled me. I am no dream. Subscribe for more haunting war stories.